Okay, so 2 days ago, I brought you my Meta Buster build, my Stretch 5, which I have been working on, and it is a hell of a lot of fun to play with. I'll be getting some gameplay with that hopefully by the end of the week, maybe beginning of next week. Yesterday I brought you the Pure Red 6'9 Demigod Defensive Center, the Meta build. Today I'm going to bring you a build that you'll run into from time to time, the 7273. I call them hook specialists. These guys, they're slow, but God, when you're playing them in the ones or in Pro-Am, they are so freaking hard to guard. They just post hook over your head all game long. They can also do some pretty insane things. So we're going to go ahead and just show you that build. For this one, it's a pure blue pie chart. As you can see, look at the standing dunk, the perimeter hook, and the close shot. Off rip, you are just ridiculously good. Again, for this one, I always go with the speed pie chart. A lot of people go with this because you want strength as a center. But when you put him up to 7'3" and you see what I'm going to do with the build, he does have a pretty good strength. So we're going to go ahead and try to get speed because the higher you go in height with this, you lose a lot of speed. Remember, this build is a post-scoring build. So you go 95 there. I always put up my standing dunk, my driving dunk, and of course you want that post. It gives you 30 finishing badges. You can put up your driving layup if you want. This is not really a driving build. This is more of a post-scoring build. So I put up my post hook, or my post fade, and then I always put up this. And that gives you 3. We'll play around with that a little later to get some more. And then you want to put as much in the defense as you can. You can see from jump that the defensive badges aren't great. You can get 12, but it doesn't leave you a ton. And if you want to come up here, you can, well, yeah. Okay, so if you look at this build, you have 12 defensive, 10 playmaking. 10 playmaking on this build is pretty huge. 30 finishing, 1 shooting. This is not a shooting build, but you do have post fades. So, yes, you're not going to have the badges, but you do have post fades. Go to, again, my big burly guy. I always like him burly. And then watch what happens when you, so look at the speed. The speed tanks when you put up to 7'3". Even 7'2", the speed tanks. But look at the strength. This is not a fast build. I'm going to do a few things to tweak it a little bit, but it's not a fast build. If you're playing this build, you're playing it on the ones, or you're playing it in Pro-Am, where you can be hidden a little bit on defense. A really important thing to remember with this build, if you want to rim run, this is not the build for that. It's too slow. But what this build can do is completely dominate the paint. This is, I know they put the 6'9", they give him a paint beast. This is the truest sense of the word paint beast. He is a demon down low. So there's 2 things. You can really spec out the strength, and you see you get really good interior defense, but it plummets your speed, your acceleration, your vertical. So what I like to do is I actually like to get it to about here. You don't have good strength with this. It's only a 60. Remember, you get +8, so it's going to be 68. It's really your preference. I prefer to have some speed to my build. It's really hard getting back on defense with the exceptions of the one, if you don't have speed. And then what you're going to do is you're going to max out his wingspan. So you're a 7'3" monster. You have 97-inch wingspan, which is amazing. You get 80 defensive rebound, 80 offensive rebound, and an 83 block. So you're looking at him, and remember yesterday we did the Meta 6'9". You're like, how are you going to rebound over this guy? He's 6'9". You have 6 inches, and I believe his wingspan was 92, and 5. So you have 11 inches of extra to try to grab that rebound. This is a very good rebounding build. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and you're going to see again. You have you have post scorer or glass cleaner. For this build, you definitely want to go post scorer. This build, when you're playing on it, you are in the post. So when you play on this build, you are not going to be spacing the floor. You are a pick and roll, and you're not even really a pick and roll. You're a post-up center. These centers don't exist in the NBA too much anymore, but let me tell you, on this game, this is a heck of a lot of fun to play with, especially if you know how to do post moves. And I'm going to show you that here in a second. So we're going to complete the build, and you're going to see it says glass cleaning finisher, which I hate, because you're not really a glass cleaner or a finisher. You are a paint beast. You're controlling the paint, but you see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Rudy Gobert, really, really good analogies for this. Joel Embiid doesn't really work. Joel Embiid shoots threes and can handle the ball, but this player can't do that. So we're going to go down and show you the badge layout. The badge layout on this is kind of ridiculous. Remember, you have 30 finishing badges, and you have 10 playmaking badges. So there's so much you can do with this build. Literally, it's hard to find where to put all the badges. You obviously get contact. You're going to want your deep hooks. You're going to want your pro touch. Pick and roll I always put up. I do put Lob City just there because you do, excuse me, as a center, even though you don't have a lot of speed and can't really rim run, you can just kind of stand there and they can throw you lobs with your length. I like drop stepper on Silver as well. It really works. I like doing fancy footwork. Giant Slayer, definitely not. Put back boss to Hall of Fame. You're going to be ripping down rebounds with this, and you're going to be putting it back. That's kind of what this build does. And then you still have 4 finishing badges, so I just do consistent finisher or back down punisher. You could put these wherever you want, but look at how many finishing badges this thing has. It's insane how many finishing badges this has and how good this build is in the paint. Because remember, you still have 10 playmaking badges. This one, I always go hot zone. It does work for your post hooks. So if you get hot zones with your deep hooks, you are just dropping post hooks on people. I like putting the post hook 4, which is the sky hook. You can literally be right next to the 3-point line just drilling post hooks. It's pretty insane. And then look, you have 10 playmaking. So I like to go quick first step to gold. And the reason I do that is because I also like to do, post spin technician. Post spin technician with this, you're going to get around people. I also like to do one on Dream Shake, and you have 3 left, and it's really up to you. I don't really do any of the passing with this because you're not going to be doing a ton of passing, but you do get the ball ripped from you, so I like to do that. Or you can do this. It's really up to you, but these 2 I think are a must for this build. Just try it and let me know. I guarantee you'll be in love with it. And then you do get 12 defensive, which is actually really good for a pure blue. And then you, of course, got to go rebound. And then with this one, I actually go gold on rim protector and gold on intimidator because you're 7'3". You have a 97 wingspan. They ain't coming in the paint. If they're coming in the paint and you're there, they're getting swatted. With these badges, it's pretty good. I like to go 1 pogo and then box and brick wall. Obviously to help with rebounding, and brick wall for when you do run pick and roll so you can drop them. This is not much of a pick and roll build. It's a very much a post-up build, but it can pick and roll. And there you can see, this is another one of the, I believe, meta builds. It has 53 badges, which is a lot. Remember my meta smasher, my stretch 5, only had 42 badges. This build right here struggles to defend stretches. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's very slow of foot. With that stretch build, which is why I call it the meta buster, this guy doesn't want to leave the paint. When he does, you are actually fast enough at that build to get around him. So if you're playing 1s or you're playing 2s or you're playing 3s or if you're playing Pro-Am, it's hard to defend that build. Your rim running builds, your 6'9s, this is a bit easier to defend with because you're a gigantic and you're in the way. But there you go. That is my 3rd center build. The next couple days, I'm going to get into the meta point guard builds. and what I feel is the meta buster point guard builds. If you like what you're seeing, please drop a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.